Give me the bass.
Hi, my name is David Samuel, and I'm one of the strength and conditioning coaches for the Search of a Hero concept. The purpose of our training is to make sure that the football player is developed in all different types of levels. So we can't just work just with the footballing skills, we have to work with the strength and conditioning. So therefore we're going to put together a bank of exercises that are there for the development of all football players, both male and female, from the ages of 11 up to senior level. So for beginners, intermediate and advanced. So please enjoy these exercises, and if you have any questions, please contact us on the email that will pop up at the end of this program. Thank you.
Give me the bass.
We've moved now from the bodyweight exercises. We're going to put much more there later on, but I just wanted to give you a good base. Now we're going to move into what we call the strength training machines. Okay? Strength training machines, again, it's not something you rush into. Even though it's a machine and it's stable and it's strong, it's not using the free weights, for example. Still, the athlete must be prepared to use the strength training machines, and I always recommend it must be done under supervision. Doesn't matter how advanced you might be, you're always going to make certain mistakes from time to time. So always under supervision, okay? So now we're going to work again with the legs. So we'll focus on the legs right now. And we're going to work on, one of the most important ones is the leg press. Leg press is very similar to squats, okay? So it incorporates, you can see from the picture here if necessary, it incorporates all the big muscles of the legs. The gluteus, that's the muscles of the bum, the quadriceps, hamstrings and calves, okay? Now it's in a machine, so obviously you have resistance now. You have resistance to push against. So Andre's going to demonstrate. So having the body in a good position, yeah? Knees more or less in line with the ankles, feet straight, both sides, and knees in line with the shoulders. Open up your shoulders, please. Open up a bit and relax. Head back on the cushion. So breathing out, push on the panel and push back. Breathe out and push. Hold. I always recommend that the legs are straight, because when you run, you always have a straight leg extension on the back. When you extend, you always have a straight leg extension. So I always recommend with straight legs to push back with straight legs. Breathing, coming back slowly. Breathing slow. Breathe out, push back. So again, working with a concentric, eccentric method. So work slowly, coming towards me, slow. Controlling the resistance, hold, breathe out, push back. Good. Come back slowly, still incorporate the core, so the stomach is tight on the back. Breathe out, push back. So you don't want any space. Come forward slowly. We don't want any space behind the back of this cushion. Okay, so the stomach must be tight against it. Breathe out, push back fast. Okay, good. Slowly coming forward, slowly. So control that resistance. Control this cable inside here. Hold. Breathe out, push back. Nice. Come forward slowly. Control, and stop. Okay? So it's a great exercise, but again, even though it's demonstrated on the panel, even though the instructions are written, people still execute it wrong. So that's why I said always work with a qualified coach, experienced coach, who knows what he or she is saying to the athlete. Because when they're young, that's when you can give them the right tools to progress later on. And in machines now is where you can get injuries by having wrong technique, by having bad technique, by having too much overload on the muscle groups. Because he's a young athlete, he's not yet fully grown. He's 13. So he's into puberty, yes, but he's not fully grown. That means the joints, the ligaments are still being prepared. So you shouldn't overload the resistance. Okay, so be very cautious when you take an athlete of his age, Andre's age, in their teenage years, where they're not fully grown. When you take them into the resistance equipment, they must be supervised by a qualified, experienced coach or trainer. Next exercise is the leg extension. So working predominantly with the quadriceps, okay? So building great stability and strength in the quadriceps, also activating the core. Always emphasize activating the core. Always emphasize this part. So lock your toes under the cushion, Andre. Yeah, right. Breathing out, lift the cushions, so hold it there. So the legs lock under these two cushions and hold it in place, with the toes pointed upwards towards his head. Okay? You can't see from the camera, but the quadriceps are activated very powerfully. Good core stability, chin is up, shoulder alignment, again hip alignment. Coming down slowly, you come down slowly, controlling the cable of the resistance machine. Hold to where the knee and ankle is in one line. Breathe out, come up fast with power. Full extension, relax the head, let the legs do the work. Come down slowly, breathing in. Core stability, chin is high, good, keep coming, just follow my voice, keep coming, slowly. Hold. Concentric, breathe out. Eccentric, control, slow. And do 2 more reps. Hold. Breathe out, come up fast with power. Good. Breathe in, come down slowly. Relax. Hold. Last rep. Breathe out, come up fast with power. Don't jerk the body. Let the legs do the work. Come down slow. Relax the face. Maintain core stability all the way down. Keep coming. And release. Okay? So you don't want any jerking movements from the back. You want the back resting on the cushion on the back, supported. You want the core tight. So again, there's no space behind his stomach. So when he lifts the legs up, there's no space behind the back of his, there's no gap here. So I should be able to put my hand behind his back because his core is pressed tightly on the cushion. Good posture alignment with the shoulders and the head in one place. So there's no jerking of the head either. We don't want any stress, no stress on the neck muscles, no stress on the shoulders. We want the quadriceps and the core working. Okay? So leg extension, very powerful, great exercise, but again, emphasize great technique. So we minimize, or basically we eradicate any potential injury problems. Now we've worked the leg extensions in the previous exercise. So we always have to work the opposite. So if you work quadriceps, you must work hamstrings. Okay? There's no point having powerful quadriceps and weak hamstrings, or vice versa. So there must be that balance between the front of the body and the back of the body. According to, well, it depends on what type of physiotherapist or doctor you speak to, but approximately we have between 625 and 800 muscles in the body. So if we take 625, let's say 800 for easy maths, for example. So according to some doctors, we have 800 muscles in the body. That means 400 on the front, 400 on the back side. So you always have to balance the body. Okay? So there's synergy between the front of the body and the back of the body. Okay? So remember, leg extensions, working the quadriceps, leg curl, next exercise, working the hamstrings, the opposite. Again, the instructions are fully on more or less every strength training machine. You'll always find pictures of the exercise, the muscles you're working, and a written description as to how to perform the exercise. But still, people do it wrong. Okay? So again, when you're working with a young athlete like Andre, like I said, I keep emphasizing, he's only 13 years old, we must build a good foundation from the beginning so that we prevent and eradicate any potential injury problems that come later. Also, he's still growing. Like I mentioned earlier, he is in puberty, but he's not fully grown. So the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the joints are still being prepared for adulthood. So you don't want to overload the machines. That's why I say you start with the bodyweight exercises, build them up, and as they become more mature, more advanced, when they're a bit older, when the body is more prepared, now you can bring them into strength training machines. And even if you're an adult, if you haven't worked out correctly all your life, start in the machines, start with the body weight. Okay? So, Andre, let's go into a leg curl. So both legs are locked under the cushion. Breathing out, bring the heels up to the bum. Hold it there. So again, you see, good spinal, strong spinal column. Feet are straight. Cushions up by the bum. No stress in the shoulders, firm grip with the handles, breathing in, coming down slowly. Here again is the eccentric phase, slowly coming down, allowing the hamstring muscles to work. Come up with power, dynamic, all the way up to the bum. That's the concentric phase. We're going to do 5 reps, 3 more. Coming down slowly, eccentric, controlling the cable. Hold, breathe out, come up fast with power, up to the bum. Yeah, hold. Breathe in, come down slowly. Okay, so maintaining that rhythm of eccentric, concentric, up, eccentric coming down slow. Last one, concentric coming up fast with power. And lastly, coming down slowly. All the way down, and release. Hold it there. So you have this cable inside the machine. Okay? This obviously is taking away some of the resistance. So it's a strength training machine. Again, it's designed to prepare the body, the athletes, for more intense exercises. Okay? So just think of this as an intermediate stage of the athlete's progress. It's not basic, it's not advanced, it's intermediate. But again, always emphasize good technique, always make sure you do these exercises under supervision. So the athlete is always working with a coach, always. Until the athlete is fully experienced to go by themselves, I always recommend work with a coach, especially from a young age. Next leg exercise we're going to work with is the inner thighs. Okay? You always hear football players having problems with their groin, a lot of groin injuries. Again, I believe it's because they haven't trained from a young age those muscles in the groin. So as they get older now and they play longer games, tougher opponents, obviously training more intense, the muscles of the groin can't handle the intensity because they haven't been built to be prepared for the intensity from a young age. So you work with a strength training machine to work on the inner thighs, the groin muscles. Okay? So again, shoulder alignment, spinal alignment, good head position, good core stability on the back of the bench. Breathing out, bring the knees together. Good. Breathing in, slowly going out with the knees back to the start position. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Hold, hold, hold. Hold. Breathe out, come forward fast. Good. Relax the shoulders a bit. Breathe in, come back slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep coming, just follow my voice. Hold it there. Breathing out, coming forward fast. Good. And then open the legs, going out slowly. So again, it's a very easy exercise, but it's very easy to do wrong. Hold, leg come all the way down, and relax. Again, instructions are on the machines, both in picture form and in text form. But people still do it wrong. So that's why I always emphasize under supervision, especially when it's a young athlete. Okay? So we're preparing the muscles of the groin to handle the intensity of having to change direction fast, having to jump and land, having to sprint fast, having to play a game of 90 minutes, having to tackle, where you're going with the knees and the body. Sometimes your legs are pushed out of position because of the force of the tackle, or you overstretch to get the ball. So these muscles must be very strong to handle all those movements you have in football. That's why they're very good to train it from a young age to build them up so they're ready. Okay? So let's go through it again a couple more times. Breathing out with power, bring the knees together. Good. Slowly open the knees. Eccentric phase. Keep coming. Bit more. Hold it there. Breathe out fast again with power. Concentric. Open the legs. Chin up. All the way down again. Eccentric phase. And relax. Next exercise is working the outer thighs. Normally, you get a machine that you can double up. So that's why we're in the same machine, but it's a different exercise. So the last one, you'll see that this was turned the other way around. Okay? So now we're going to work with the outer thigh. So he's going to go outwards first and then come back in. The other way was different. We went in first, then out. Okay? So outer thigh is working. So basically outside the bum, outside the quadriceps. Breathing out. Go out with the legs. Hold. Breathe in. Come in slowly. Okay. Breathe out. Go out again with power. And breathe in. Come in slowly. Keep coming. More. Hold. Breathe out. Go out again. Good. Breathe in. Come back slowly. And rested there. Okay? So it's basically a simple exercise. It's basically go out with the legs and come in with the leg. But we must maintain always good head position, good shoulder alignment, relax the hands on the chest, good core position so there's no space behind his back. Sit back a bit more. Move bum. Okay? So there's no space behind his back. The right muscle groups are working. Outer thighs. Let's go through it again. Breathing out, go out with the legs. Breathe in, come in slowly. One more time, breathe out, go out with the legs with power. Good. Breathe in, come in slowly. And relax. Okay? So it's a double, in this case, it's a double machine. Working the inner thighs for one exercise, then you switch the cushions, then work the outer thighs in the same machine. Okay? So like I said to you earlier, sets and reps all depend upon what stage of the season you're at. Okay? If you want to have a specific training program that is based for you individually, then you must contact me and I will obviously look at what position you play, what stage of the season you're at, so then I can now prescribe for you a specific program that is based for you. Okay? So that's why we have this follow-up all the time. So we have the bank of exercises, but at the same time, we also have individual programs that you can contact me for, that I can give you, so you know, okay, it's X amount of legs, X amount of chest, X amount of back, X amount of explosivity in the program, depending upon where you play, depending on what position you play in, and obviously depending on your age. Okay? So if you want an individual program, just contact me and I'll help you.